Good morning. You're in the back room with Becky, and it's a terrific Tuesday. And yes, I am in my jammies, my nice warm robe, and just going to be here briefly. Last night's episode of the Beverly Hills Housewives, was that crazy or what? Listen, the scene opens up. You know there's going to be trouble. You just know. And one of the things, I had an epiphany, and I said, now we're seeing all this footage of Russell more than we have seen in any of the seasons. And ironically, this year he passed away before they could even air the show. If you remember, the show was delayed. Okay, real life drama now. Um, they're planning the big white party at Kyle and Maurizio's house. They do it every year. I think it's his birthday. Um, and then you got Adrian's got the scuttlebutt because she already know about this email. Now, you send an email if you really gonna sue somebody, you let your lawyer do that. Because see, you put your wife out there, and now these are the latest but then maybe that's the whole idea behind the mechanism, because as we go on through this, allegedly this man was abusive. Now my mama said he looked like a lizard. I said, Mama, why you say that? She said, his eyes. He don't look you straight on. His eyes shift from side to side. And before him to look at you, he have to almost turn his whole body. I said, well, Mama, maybe he have a neurological problem. She said, yeah, you nervous when you're a criminal. I'm sorry, I'm just telling you what my mama's opinion is. And she has been right thus far. So now you send this email to Camille, I guess to put the fear of God in her. See, that's why I say y'all little skinny chicks, see, they can fling you around, scare you. They can't scare you. You can't scare a big chick like that. We're going to be like, well, come with it. Monique told us how to do that. Come on with it. Muddy told us how to do that. If you say you're going to call the police and he ain't scared, you might need to run. If you say you're going to call the police and he still want to whip your ass, change your name, leave the country. But if he's scared, then you might be having the upper hand. But, the whole time I felt that Taylor was setting the stage, because you have the best documentation in our current history. You have video footage. You have witnesses. You are going to other people and telling them these stories. Okay, so, there was a little drama with Kim and her daughters. It wasn't that major to me. I think she's a little hypersensitive because she wants so badly for them to like her. Well, then don't be saying stuff like, well, he's the boss. Oh, no, he's that kind of man. Because that's not necessarily a good thing if he's telling you what time to go to bed. You're a grown-ass woman. I'm just saying. Now, some women, they need that. Maybe you didn't have enough time with your daddy. Me, I'm good on the daddy. When you come to roll with me, I want you to act like my lover, my friend, my playmate, my partner in crime. But not like, you Marshall Dillon and stuff. Okay, so the daughters are sitting here talking to Kim, and Kim is telling them, just basically what my mom told me when we met my stepfather. This is my boyfriend, and you better be nice. If you would think, it was cute. She said, if you have something to say, and, it's not that, you just say it to God, and let it go. You don't have to say it out loud. But she was so verbal last night that she took a lot of her hostility out on Brandy, because Brandy might have possibly outed her. There's no reason for, a scalded dog will holler. You city folks don't know what that means. I'm about to tell you. It means that the only reason that you are protesting so much is because you're guilty of that crime. If you know you ain't no dope fiend, you ain't no dope head, you don't have no problem, then, whatever they say, they say. Tell them let me pee in a cup. I'm on contract just like you are. Don't be trying to mess with my money. But instead, she goes off and moves in with this man that she done kept a secret. So her kids, obviously, like her sister, are trying to like him and not so sure. So everybody's on the phone and they're calling, and Adrian goes in. And her and Paul is just too cute. You just have to admire the extreme opposites in their relationship. He is just so uncouth and devil may care, and she is just so orderly and disciplined and, perfect size zero. But she can whoop ass. She ain't no silly skinny woman. She knew she had to learn some martial arts, some self-defense or something. Because she got a mouth on her. She'll shut folks down. But she was worried about Russell. And she don't nobody want to be sued. That's how you stop folks with rich folks. They don't, you can talk about their mama. They don't even care. Because they're going to say, I'll see you in court. They not going to jump on you. They ain't going to have nobody jump on you. Them women ain't kicking out their little batons or little bootines and fighting in the streets or in the club or in the restaurant or in each other's home like some shows we have seen. And so it's a little bit different. They blacklist you and they get in your pocket. That's how they pay you back. So it's not good to hear the word that you will be sued. See, the average person that hear them say, well, they gonna sue you. Oh, what? That means a whole lot of things. If you got money, they can take your money. And the only person that don't worry about getting sued is the one that don't have any money. Okay. Now, Kyle was too cute, but a couple of times she bordered on the neurotic when it came to her. You just say what needed to be said. I was just appalled. And it was like a setup. Because Russell knew he was not going to be welcome. He know in the street game, you don't even roll like that. That's just like you going to somebody, you done put a hit out on them. And then you go show up at their dinner party like, what do you mean? Won't have to uninvite you. By the way, Kim, there's no, Kyle, there's no such word as disinvite. I do not believe. I believe you just got ghetto and you used some, is that Beverly Hill Bionics? But she said this, I could never disinvite my friend. No, you uninvite them. But as it was, you hadn't already got an RSVP from her anyway, and she wasn't answering your calls. Something it's not good to surprise people, because you might be the one that, uh-oh. So the dinner is going along. It's all kind of little drama going on. People are actually saying to her, I'm coming to this party, but if I start feeling uncomfortable and I leave, please understand why. And I went out, they would have been left or right. I would have been disappointed. Security, get that one over there. Get out. Brandy would have had to go. Brandy and celebrity rehab girl would have had to go. I'm still trying to figure out where she fit in. And, she lost a lot of weight. Okay, that's good in Hollywood, I guess. But that's not what I heard. Anyway, so they're real tight and they're walking like they might be lovers and stuff. And what is with the nipples? I'm so sick of looking at that little skinny girl's nipples every show. Now, at some point, you as a mother, I would think, because, this is why they think you're a slut hoe gold digger. Because that's the way you carry yourself. Anyway, so she's there and the girl from Celebrity Rehab, she's there and now Kim made it just as clear and she was just as adamant as she could be. Now here's the first thing, my point of reference, you might want to check. If you think this chick is on some way out drugs, those people, they might just go there with you and might have a psychotic episode on your ass. Would that not be the person that you would try to stay away from? I just said I would not be pushing your buttons. And now she got a man with her and he looks suspect. Like, thump that bitch. I'll hold the other one back. Stupid. Because here you are in the midst of what amounts to new territory. They ain't decided if they really, really like you. The only ones that really, really like you is the one that was in your place last year. See, Camille like you because now they got somebody else to dog out and it ain't her. But you got to calm down, Miss Brandy. Your stylist, fire that bitch. Whoever's telling you it's okay to go without you're free as a bird, that's just, I think it's obscene. It is. If a man walked around with a hard-on penis through the whole show, you would have a problem with it. Okay, that's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. And, I want to send BJ the Lady Pimp to see some of them girls from the Beverly Hills Housewives from last night. Kim got all up in her face. She got real extra. That wasn't really necessary, but I believe she was just acting out. She was already nervous and under pressure. I'm going to take attention off my strange-looking boyfriend by confronting this girl. Well, she didn't even confront her, really. She just did back down because she had told him to just keep her away from me. That's all you got to do. Just keep her away from me. As long as she's away from me, we have no problem. She's standing over there. They already eyeballing each other like two little girls in junior high school. And I'm thinking to myself, this is going to end very badly. Okay, now switch back. And now Taylor and Russ, a.k.a. the Lizard, or Russ the Lizard. Don't that sound like a gangster name? I'm sorry, y'all. I have so many crazy theories running around in my head about this dude. He could be a mob accountant. I know, right? He could be somebody who knows some very, very powerful people. And he ain't even really supposed to be out here like this. But to save his marriage, he decided to go ahead and let her have her day in the sunshine. Because she feels so inadequate. She needs to be seen and feel important. Okay. Then you should have had a nanny, a black one at that, to tell you. But you're not always nice, Taylor. You over the top. Some of this stuff you brought on yourself. And then you told girlfriends your business. You should have kept some of that to yourself. Like I said about Cynthia Bailey on Atlanta Housewives. Don't tell all your marital business to your girlfriends. It's not good. Tell it to God, tell it to your spouse, or tell it to a therapist, preferably jointly, if not independent. It's good to have girlfriends, but there's something we need filters as women. We need filters. Yes, we do. I get woefully inappropriate myself sometimes. But last night, that was really sad. Now, so Russell and them are on their way to the event. The people are trying to come up with how they're going to say this. Kyle is about to have an anxiety attack. And all the time they say, knowing all you got to say, and the fact that they didn't answer the phone was telling to me. I said, this was a setup. Go out with a splash. And perhaps in his mind, he knew all along he was going to commit suicide. We don't know. We don't know. They might have had a hit on him. And he wanted to be sick. They had been in 2 different cities in one day. Who does that? Okay, maybe jet setters. I'm just saying. So I'm looking at Taylor and she's, and he's like, well, what do you suggest? We gonna set a table up for you out here on the front yard, and you can have your own separate but equal white party. Don't be ridiculous. You knew that was the time to give them the liquor and leave and say, I'm so sorry for the inconvenience. I didn't realize. But you did realize. You pushed the chess piece across the stage. You're gonna get what you get. If you ain't ready to jump out there, you don't have a knight and a queen that's strong enough to handle that shit, don't jump out there like that because you're going to get your feelings hurt. And that's what happened. It was the equivalent of, how you go to a party and you're undesirable. And when you get to the door, your name is not on the list. I'm sorry. Yes, that's how they should have did that shit. Just let security handle it. That way nobody got to be. They got money. They got more money than they got sense. You in the back room with Becky. It's a terrific Tuesday. Make it tantalizing. I'm going to make a birthday gift for my boyfriend. Shh. No, it ain't in the kitchen. It's going to be a video. Stop playing. Peace and love always for the people.